Today we're going to talk to you about a question about does the Bible predict there will be a World War III? The Bible clearly states of wars that will take place in the end times. In Matthew 24, verse 6 7, Jesus said, "You hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you are not alarmed, for this must take place, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom." These wars include not only conflicts that happen today, but those that will take place during the 7-day tribulation following the rapture. In Revelation 6, a vision of offense. During tribulation, much war is mentioned. The first horse is a conqueror who goes to war. The second horse is a red horse that causes people to slay one another. The beast will make war. War is referred to as heaven. The dragon makes war with woman and her offspring. In addition to war in general, in the end times, let's go. 38 speaks of a gathering of nations that come together in war against Israel. Verses 8 to 9 note. In the latter years you'll go against the land that was restored from war, the land which people were gathered, there were many peoples upon the mountains of Israel, which had been a continual race. Its people were brought out from the peoples, and the drear cry o'er them. You will advance, coming on like a storm. You will be like a cloud covering the land, you and all your hordes, and many people with you. In this war, Israel will be supernaturally rescued by the Lord. A final war will also take place at the tribulation that is usually called the Battle of Armageddon at Jerusalem, or his battle led by Christ himself. Jesus will begin his millennial kingdom that unfolds in a 1,000-year reign. This time period will be concluded with one final battle wish. Satan will be released from his prison and will come out to deceive the nations that are at the four corners of the earth. Gog and Magog gathered in for battle. Their number is at the sand of the sea. They will be defeated by fire from heaven, followed by the final judgment, the new heavens and new earth. As can be seen, the end times will be marked by much war and conflict. However, there is nothing specifically mentioned in the Bible about a particular number of wars or specific World War III. These names are human labels given to global conflicts that involve numerous nations and people. Instead, the Bible predicts wars that might be larger in scale. Any war can be known that will precede this coming and reign of Jesus Christ. Today we're going to talk about, is it possible that Barack Obama... The internet is filled with conspiracy theories that claim US President Barack Obama is the Antichrist. Is there any truth to this claim? This accusation is false for several reasons. First, those who made the claim usually do so because they see Barack Obama as a negative political leader whom they disagree. As a result, they accuse him of lifting the description of the Bible's worst political leader, the Antichrist, despite a league of evidence they claim to be made of many leaders in the past, ranging from the emperors of Rome to the kings of European history and many others. Second, the Bible's limited information. regarding the advent of the Antichrist points to a future leader who does not fit Barack Obama's description. For example, the Antichrist will likely arise as the leader of the revived Roman Empire. So unless Barack Obama becomes the future European leader, he will not even be able to fit the role of the biblical Antichrist. Third, the Antichrist will run a 7-year future peace agreement with the nation of Israel that includes the building of a Jewish temple in Jerusalem. This seems to be far more different than any proposal by Barack Obama or those in the administration. Fourth, the Antichrist will likely be a secure leader with no particular vision. In fact, he will make a peace argument with Israel. Yet will later himself give up as a god who is to be worshipped. Since Barack Obama identifies Christian, he does not fit his description. Fifth, those who have attempted identify Barack Obama as the Antichrist have often done so by trying to connect him as a Muslim, with the belief that the Antichrist will be Muslim. When Barack's father was Muslim, Barack Obama identifies as a Christian. Further, the belief that Antichrist will be Muslim is based on the inception of the nations he leads as being Muslim nations as a connection with the 12th model that is highly effective. Finally, the Antichrist is a future global year that will arise. During the 7-year trial of the election, the closest possible the Antichrist is alive today. In preparation for this role will remain unclear until the tribulation period. Any suggestions regarding the identity of the Antichrist, in whether it will be Barack Obama or any other person, is speculative and not based on the interpretation of biblical teachings. I think there is something going on here. Going on right now. What are the signs that the Antichrist is here today? But is there any evidence that Donald Trump could be the Antichrist? Or they're going to find about Donald Trump. I believe he is the Antichrist. I am the chosen one. Donald Trump told reporters on Wednesday he looked up the heavens as he said this. The NBC reports that perhaps he truly believes that God anointed him in a trade war with China, which he also started. The analysis is supported by two unique curious critical strengths, which he unleashed before Answerable by two unanimously cursed presidential tweets, which is unleashed before he spoke to reporters. In them, he quoted remarks by conservative commentator when Iron Boot, which he assigned Trump a clear nomination. People have questions. So could Trump be the Antichrist? Look, anything is possible. I'll tell you once, my father once told me, Satan walked like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. Especially not after he tells you that she had a dream about a witch who eats people. The point is that Satan is delirious, and witch can be found anywhere. Trump could indeed be his agent, and that would make him an Antichrist, if not the Antichrist. The distinction is relevant, as Hannah Gates pointed out in the outline last year. Term identified. Those who refuse to confess Christ present on earth or his humanity. But ecology proper many conservative intellectuals hold that there is one Antichrist who will bring about Armageddon. Bible lineage of a certain scribe have long speculated that a president would make an ideal Antichrist. Though this interpretation is not universal, the Left Behind series, which terrorized Ukraine, terrorized Christian youth groups in the late 1990s and 1800s, gave us an Antichrist from Romania who exists by genetic explanation by this Greek. Real revelations has noted the Antichrist doesn't just appear by surprise. These are signs. So let's go through this checklist. The rapture. I don't want to make any unpopular debates. I prefer to forget they exist, so I only say that many, but some not all, evangelists believe that God will take him into heaven, for the Antichrist comes to power and first tribulation. Christian will vanish like a threat in the night, as the verse goes, leaving their clothes and their prostrate reds behind. God first bears them, grim harbours of the Antichrist, and they get to watch the show from above as they lounge about in such glory. Until Pat Robertson extends to his micmash in the sky, there's not much to worry about. So does Trump meet the Antichrist? No. The Antichrist is different. He has to unite the nation of the world so he can carry out his nation schemes. You can't just walk into the third temple and misquote it without public support. That is the sort of thing that would otherwise start a war. Because the Antichrist has created a new world order, it's generally seen that he will be charismatic. David Jeremiah, who passes the newly named Shadow Mountain Community Church and serves on Trump's Education Advisory Board, explains to Rob. The combination of his incredible personality, speaking ability, and extreme good looks will make him virtually immeasurable into the masses. I will not touch the subject of Trump's beauty. However, I will admit that Trump has charisma of the sort. He is professional entertainer, and he became president. Some people are clearly inspired by his ranking. Trump is well unpopular, both at home and abroad, and as for his tangents, well, does Trump meet the permanent criteria? No. Everything is supposed to get a lot more charismatic. The world is a disaster, but the common people take the book of Revelation very, very literally. Tend to believe that things go much worse before the Antichrist shows up and promises severity, natural disasters and plagues and more. When we become dedicated to natural disasters, the world is not necessarily more violent than it has been at any previous point in human history. Trump, meanwhile, beats the war drums with Iran and denies climate change altogether. Does Trump meet instability qualification? Let's see the results. They are mixed. Christians are supposed to be persecuted. The time for the reign of the Antichrist is not a great one for Christians. The church will gradually become less central, and the world's government will persecute believers. But Christians do indeed experience opposition in some nations. This is not the case for the US or in much of the world. Trump may not be the most devout, but he surrounded himself with people whose religious convictions are unbreachable. It is a great time to be a Christian in the US, with one notable exception. We cage plenty of Christian disease-ridden condition at the border for reasons that have nothing to do with their faith. Does Trump meet the anti-Christianity cause? Yes, but only when the Christians are around. The bulk of the evidence seems to suggest that Trump is not the Antichrist. Okay, but what if Trump really is the great beast through the horn and the son of Revelation? It's not too late to convert. We could take the more exciting route and refuse because you want to see what the tribulation is like. I wouldn't blame you. There will be locusts and plagues and moons of blood. The forehead will be there, and so will the war of Babylon. The Antichrist is going to behead the town of people. One more will fall into the sky and turn a third of the waters bitter. In other words, party time. The evaluation of my childhood. If you talk Marvel, you must know. But tell that you can still convert during or directly under the tribulation. You still get to go to heaven, and it's a badass kind of way. Great news all around. But if Trump's not the Antichrist, and Barack Obama is not the Antichrist, then who is? Let's investigate. Let's investigate David Icke, who once claimed he is the son of God, Jesus Christ. Could possibly be him. I'm looking up. Antichrist. So, thanks. So we haven't done, I don't know who's the Antichrist. I'm not sure. I don't know who's the Antichrist. It could be anyone. It could be anyone, but peace treaty, Israel. The Trump peace plan. That is interesting. I'm most interesting. We know that the Antichrist is going to deliver a peace agreement with Israel. I still think Trump may be a theory that he could be the Antichrist. We know that is going to solve the racial Persian conflict. So, I don't know, but we know I don't know, but I'm interested. I think Trump sounds quite. I'm not suspicious to it, but we know something. Trump's administration could jeopardize Jordan-Israel peace treaty. That's interesting. I don't know. Is there a question? And I have to say, I don't know, but could Boris Johnson be the Antichrist? We need to look for the evidence. I'm looking for the evidence of it. Boris Johnson is seen as Antichrist. That is interesting. But but I'm just thinking about Trump not the British pace. We know So thank you for watching tonight. I'll be back tomorrow with another video.